Ankita Robin and welcome to ST Global News. From the largest concert in world history being transformed into a platform to glorify God, to devastating reports from Iran about the intense persecution of Christian converts following the 12-day war, we have many stories to cover. Croatian folk rock singer Marko Perkovic-Thompson made history on July 5th by performing at what is now the world's largest ever paid concert held at the Zagreb Hippodrome. With over 500,000 attendees, the event surpassed previous records and became a powerful display of faith and patriotism. Thompson, a devout Catholic, used the occasion to honor Jesus, Mary, and Christian values through music, imagery, and prayer. Croatian folk rock singer Marko Perkovic-Thompson glorified Jesus, Mary, and the Catholic faith during his concert in Zagreb on Saturday, July 5th, which broke the world record for the largest ever paid concert. The show at the Zagreb Hippodrome drew more than 500,000 people, surpassing the previous record set by Italian musician Vasco Rossi, who sold 224,173 tickets for his 2017 concert at Enzo Ferrari Park in Modena. 58-year-old Thompson began his music career during the Croatian War of Independence, in which he actively participated. He rose to fame with his debut song Bojna Chavoglave, written while defending his home village. His music often expresses themes of patriotism, faith, homeland, family, and the Croatian people. When tickets for the July 5th concert went on sale on March 28th, all 130,000 were sold out in under 6 hours. Most streets in Zagreb were closed to traffic, and more than 6,500 police officers were deployed to manage the massive crowd. A devout Catholic, Thompson used the platform to proclaim his faith, projecting images of the Blessed Virgin Mary and the Holy Cross into the night sky. Videos of the singer and his team praying backstage before the performance have also circulated widely on social media. Thompson told the audience that the concert was meant to demonstrate the unity of the Croatian people, and he urged Europe to return to its tradition and Christian roots. Croatia, a nation of fewer than 3.9 million people, is predominantly Catholic, with over 79% of the population professing the Catholic faith. In a devastating incident in Texas, flash flooding near the Guadalupe River swept away dozens of campers from a Christian girls' summer camp. Rescue operations are ongoing, with 11 people still missing, including 10 girls and a counselor. The incident has drawn national concern as authorities continue search efforts along the riverbanks.
Flash floods in Kerr County, Texas, had left 11 individuals missing after torrential rain struck Camp Mystic, a private Christian girls' summer camp near Hunt. AP News reported that the waters rose rapidly on Sunday evening after the region received nearly 9 inches of rain within a single day. As per early reports, a sudden surge in the Guadalupe River swept away 27 girls, while first responders and camp staff were able to rescue 16. The search for the remaining 10 participants and the counselor is still ongoing. Search teams combed debris-filled riverbanks for signs of the missing, supported by deployed boats and helicopters. The Christian Post reported that staff members last saw all 11 missing individuals during a scheduled river activity. Camp Mystic authorities have been fully cooperating with emergency teams. A camp representative stated that they have remained in contact with the families of the missing. Kerr County Sheriff's Office confirmed that no fatalities had been officially recorded as of Monday morning. The National Weather Service has issued continued flood warning across the region, advising residents along the Guadalupe River to remain alert. The Christian Post also noted that the campers had been participating in their final week of summer programming. Search teams expressed cautious optimism, though the situation remains critical due to strong currents and low visibility in the water. Investigations into safety protocols at the camp are currently underway.
Pope Leo XIV offered heartfelt condolences and prayers for the victims of the devastating flash floods in Texas, which claimed at least 82 lives and left dozens missing. Speaking after his July 6th Angelus address, the Pope made special mention of the young girls affected while attending a Christian summer camp. As Texas observed a day of prayer, dioceses across the state held special masses for the deceased, the missing, and all those impacted by the tragedy.
Pope Leo XIV offered his sincere condolences to all the families who lost loved ones in the disaster caused by the flooding of the Guadalupe River in Texas on Friday night. After his July 6th Angelus address to the faithful, the Holy Father specially mentioned the young girls who were attending the Christian summer camp when tragedy struck and assured his prayers. At least 82 people have been killed and dozens are missing after the devastating flash flooding from the Guadalupe River in Kerr County. Texas Governor Greg Abbott said that officials were still searching for 41 missing persons across the state. Sunday, July the 6th was observed as a day of prayer in Texas. Archdiocese of San Antonio held 2 special masses on Sunday, celebrated by Archbishop Gustavo Garcia Silla, to pray for those who lost their lives and persons who were missing, and for their grieving families and communities. The Diocese of Beaumont and Austin also called for prayers for the safety of the missing persons and the first responders engaged in search and rescue.
Pope Leo XIV has appointed Archbishop Bernard Longley of Birmingham in 2 key Vatican dicasteries, the Dicastery for Interreligious Dialogue and the Dicastery for Promoting Christian Unity. A long-time advocate of ecumenism and interfaith collaboration, Archbishop Longley brings decades of experience in fostering Christian unity and interreligious understanding. His appointment is seen as a continuation of his lifelong commitment to dialogue and diplomacy within the Church. Pope Leo XIV has appointed Archbishop Bernard Longley of the Archdiocese of Birmingham as a member of 2 Vatican dicasteries, the Dicastery for Interreligious Dialogue and the Dicastery for Promoting Christian Unity. The 70-year-old prelate, once considered a potential future head of the Catholic Church in England and Wales, is a seasoned diplomat with extensive experience in interreligious dialogue and ecumenism. After his ordination to the priesthood for the Diocese of Arundel and Brighton in 1981, Archbishop Longley served as an assistant parish priest and chaplain before assuming responsibilities in promoting interfaith unity. In 1991, he was appointed chairman for Surrey of the Diocesan Commission for Christian Unity. 5 years later, in 1996, he became National Ecumenical Officer at the Catholic Bishops' Conference of England and Wales. Also, in 1991, he was named moderator of the Steering Committee of Churches Together in Britain and Ireland and served as Assistant General Secretary of the Catholic Bishops' Conference with responsibility for ecumenism and interfaith affairs. In 2009, at the age of 54, Pope Benedict XVI appointed him Archbishop of Birmingham. His recent appointment to the Dicastery for Interreligious Dialogue and the Dicastery for Promoting Christian Unity is a continuation of the work he has been dedicated to for decades. Upon receiving news of his appointment, Archbishop Longley expressed his joy, calling it a privilege to serve the Holy See as a member of the Dicastery for Promoting Christian Unity and the Dicastery for Interreligious Dialogue. He also expressed gratitude to the Diocesan Commissions for Christian Unity and Interreligious Dialogue for their ongoing efforts in fostering good relations between the Archdiocese and other communities. Pope Leo XIV arrived at Castel Gandolfo on July 6 to begin a traditional summer retreat, continuing a centuries-old papal custom. He will remain at the historic residence about 25 kilometers from Rome until July 20th, delivering his Sunday Angelus messages from Liberty Square. The pontifical estate, long used by popes as a place of rest, has once again become a symbol of reflection and renewal under the current Holy Father. Pope Leo XIV arrived at Castel Gandolfo on July 6 for a customary period of rest for popes. According to Vatican News, the Pope arrived at his summer residence, which is about 25 kilometers from Rome, at around 5 p.m., where he will spend a period of rest until 20th July. After his Sunday Angelus address, Pope Leo said, quote, "I hope everyone can have some vacation time to restore the body and spirit," end quote. The Holy Father is staying in Villa Barberini, located inside the 135-acre pontifical estate. He was welcomed by Sister Raffaella Piccini, President of the Vatican Governorate, Bishop Vincenzo Viva, Director of the Pontifical Villas, Andrea Tamburelli, and Mayor Alberto De Angelis. Pope Leo will deliver Angelus messages on July 13th and July 20th from Liberty Square in front of the Pontifical Palace. The Vatican bought the castle in Castel Gandolfo in 1596 from a noble Roman family. After renovations commissioned by Pope Urban VIII, the castle was established as the papal summer residence. Pope Pius XII, John XXIII, Paul VI, John Paul II, and Benedict XVI spent at least part of the summers there. Although Pope Francis never stayed at Castel Gandolfo, he opened the papal palace and gardens to the public, transforming the town into a tourist attraction. Iran is intensifying its crackdown following the 12-day war with Israel, now targeting religious minorities, especially Christian converts. A new report by International Christian Concern on July 7 reveals that believers have been arrested, churches raided, and families left in the dark. The campaign follows mass arrests already reported by Reuters in late June, sparking growing global alarm.
Fresh reports by International Christian Concern (ICC), dated July the 7th, revealed a sharp rise in the persecution of Christian converts in Iran following its brief 12-day war with Israel. According to ICC, the Iranian government has used the post-war environment to carry out a coordinated assault on house churches, religious meetings, and minority faith groups. Sources told ICC that dozens of Christian believers have been detained, often without explanation or access to legal representation. Families remain without information, and many arrests have occurred during night raids in major cities. Reports indicated that Christian leaders were under surveillance, with gatherings both online and in person tightly monitored. The crackdown builds on earlier coverage by Reuters on June the 25th, which reported widespread arrests and executions of political dissenters in the days immediately after the war. Reports at the time indicated that Iranian forces were deploying heavily in cities and along key borders. ICC warned that the situation for Christians in Iran has become increasingly dangerous, with officials labeling non-Islamic faiths as threats to national security. International observers have condemned the actions, citing clear violations of religious freedom and human rights. The Iranian government has not responded to calls for transparency, and digital blackouts have made verification difficult.
That's all for today. Until we meet again, God bless and thank you.